Today's human rights activist profile is going to be on Clarissa Harlow Barton. She was born on December 25th, 1821 in Oxford, Massachusetts. As a humanitarian, she founded the American Red Cross. She was schooled at home and began teaching at the age of 15. From 1850 to 1851, she studied at the Liberal Institute in Clinton, New York. She founded a free school in Bordentown, New Jersey in 1852, and it quickly grew to such a size that the local men refused to let a woman operate it. Barton chose to resign rather than submit to a male principal. After that, from 1854 until 1857 and again in 1860, she worked for the U.S. Patent Office in Washington, D.C. She showed typical initiative at the start of the American Civil War by setting up facilities to retrieve soldiers' misplaced belongings and obtaining supplies and medication for men injured in the First Battle of Bull Run. In order to deliver supplies, look for the missing, and tend to the injured, she was granted permission to cross the fighting lines. Throughout the rest of the Civil War, Barton continued this work, accompanying the troops as far as Charleston, South Carolina in 1863. She was officially named the Army of James Superintendent of Nurses in June 1864. At President Abraham Lincoln's request, she established a records office in 1865 to help in the hunt for missing men. The Franco-German War broke out during her vacation period in Europe, and Barton once more provided aid to war victims. She joined the International Red Cross, which is now the Red Cross and Red Crescent in Europe, and upon her return to the United States in 1873, she successfully and tenaciously pushed for the United States to ratify the Geneva Convention. The agreement aimed to enable the proper identification of burial of combat casualties, the treatment of sick and injured soldiers, and the appropriate management of prisoners of war. She founded the American Association of the Red Cross in 1881, which became the American National Red Cross in 1893. She presided over the organization until 1904. She drafted the Red Cross's American Amendment to its constitution, which allowed aid to be distributed not only during times of war, but also during natural disasters, including famines, floods, earthquakes, tornadoes, and plague. Even as late as the Spanish-American War in Cuba, at the age of 77, she gave her all to the organization, asking for donations and going out into the field with relief workers. However, she was envious of any meddling and kept such a close eye on the organization's operations that she was accused of authoritarianism by executive council members. The insurgent group used the Red Cross's 1900 congressional authorization as leverage to compel Barton to quit in 1904. Her accomplishments persisted in spite of the capriciousness of her administrative strategies. She was lovingly referred to as the angel of the battlefield for her lifetime's labor.